This is the Dallas Mavericks NBA Finals team preview. If you haven't gotten a chance to see my Boston Celtics team preview, make sure to check that out as well. The link will be on an end screen in this video. But if you're looking for stats and analysis on the Dallas Mavericks, then you've come to the right place. Let's jump right in. So the Dallas Mavericks on offense have been averaging 107.9 points per game this postseason. All of these stats are for the postseason. Their field goal percentage is 47.1, and they're shooting 72.8% from the free throw line. They've been up and down throughout the playoffs from the free throw line, but they'll need to be more consistent if they want to beat the Celtics. And from three, they're shooting 37.2%. They're also averaging 43.1 rebounds per game and 12.1 turnovers per game. Now, defensively, they're allowing 103.9 opponent points per game, so they're winning by a very close margin on average 4 points. They're holding opponents to 44.5% from the field and 35.6% from three. Opponents are averaging 40.5 rebounds against them, and the Mavericks are getting 6.41 steals per game and averaging 6.18 blocks per game. And they're also forcing 10.6 turnovers per game. Now let's get into player stats. Luka Doncic is the most valuable player on this team. He leads the team in most categories, and so let's look at him first. So he's been averaging 28.8 points per game in 41.5 minutes this postseason. He's shooting 43.8% from the field and 34.3% from three. However, he struggled early in the playoffs from three, so that percentage is down from what it's been lately. Against the Timberwolves, he shot 44.4%, which is incredible. And from the free throw line, he's 80.6%. Again, had a slow start at the free throw line in the first couple of series and then picked it up against the Timberwolves. He also averages 9.6 rebounds a game and 8.8 assists per game. Luka leads the team in field goal attempts and makes, which makes sense because he's a high volume shooter. He also leads the team in 3-point field goal attempts and makes, and he also leads the team in points, assists, rebounds, and steals. Defense is an underrated part of Luka's game, but he's really stepped up this postseason, and he averages 1.65 steals per game. That's his main contribution on the defensive end. He doesn't get many blocks, but he leads the team in steals. Now let's move on to Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving is the Robin to Luka's Batman. He averages 22.8 points per game in 40.2 minutes. He's shooting 48.5% from the field and 42.1% from three. He leads the team in 3-point percentage with a minimum of 10 games played, so excluding Maxi Kleba. And he's shooting 82.8% from the free throw line, which is second on the team behind Josh Green. He's averaging 5.2 assists per game, which is good for second on the team behind Luka, and 1.81 steals per game, which is also second on the team behind Luka. And now we'll move on to the third leading scorer on the team, PJ Washington. PJ Washington has had a really strong postseason. He's averaging 13.6 points per game in 36.5 minutes, shooting 43.2% from the field and 36.3% from three. He's second on the team in 3-point attempts, and he's shooting 69.2% from the free throw line. Additionally, PJ Washington averages 6.7 rebounds per game, 0.94 steals per game, and 0.82 blocks per game. So he has an impact on both the offensive and the defensive end. He's one of 3 X Factor players I have for the Mavericks, because I think if he can score 15 to 20 points per game in this series, the Mavericks will have a really solid chance. I think he'll show up for sure on the defensive end, but if he can knock down threes and get to the rim and score a lot of points on offense, not necessarily every game, but do that at least 3 or 4 games in this series, the Mavericks will have a good chance of winning the series. Derrick Jones Jr. is averaging 9.8 points per game and 31.2 minutes. He's shooting 49.2% from the field and almost 40% from three, 39.6%. He's also shooting 72% from the free throw line. He averages 6.7 rebounds per game and 1.06 blocks per game. Now moving on to Daniel Gafford, the starting center. He's averaging 9.2 points per game and 21.8 minutes. He's splitting the time pretty much exactly with Derek Lively. But now with Maxi Kleber in the lineup, there will probably be some minutes devoted to him too. So Gafford might see a slight reduction in minutes along with Lively. But regardless, he's shooting 61.4% from the field and 62.3% from the free throw line. He's averaging 5.9 rebounds per game and 1.76 blocks per game, which leads the team. He's just been an absolute menace defensively. People cannot score at the rim against him that often. And he's one of my 3 X Factor players as well. I think if he can create havoc on the offensive end with dunks and shots close to the rim, that'll open up shots for players like Luka and Kyrie from 3-point range and from 2-point range as well, jump shots. And I think on the defensive end, his presence is obviously huge if he's getting 1.76 blocks per game. And if he can continue that, it's going to be difficult for the Celtics to get anything going near the rim. Derek Lively is averaging 8.6 points per game in 21.8 minutes. He's a rookie and he's been playing sensational. He's shooting 66.7% from the field, which leads the team, and 61.1% from the free throw line. He averages 7.2 rebounds per game, which is good for second on the team, to go along with 1.19 blocks per game, also second on the team, and 1.6 assists per game, third on the team. Lively is my third X Factor player because he's a menace also on the defensive end. He's so good at protecting the rim. He doesn't average as many blocks as Gafford, but he alters shots as well as Gafford does, and that doesn't show up on the stat sheet. Also, he's averaging more rebounds than Gafford, so he gets up and gets the rebounds and chases them down as well as anyone on the floor. And if the Mavericks want to compete, he's going to need to be a threat on the offensive end, not only scoring, but also passing, as he's third on the team in assists. He's been a great distributor when he's needed to be, and for that reason, he's my third X Factor player. And then Jaden Hardy. Jaden Hardy is averaging 4.2 points per game in 6.9 minutes. He's not playing a lot, but he's been getting more minutes lately, and he's shooting 42.3% from the field and over 40% from three, 40.9%, 9 of 22 overall. And he's also shooting 66.7% from the free throw line. I think if he can give the Mavericks a boost off the bench, this will help them have a better chance of winning the series. And it doesn't just have to be him. It can be guys like Maxi Kleber, him, and others. But I think he's been the one who's created the biggest spark out of the players who have played in 10 or more games. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out my Boston Celtics team preview video. This should be a great NBA Finals. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out my series prediction short, which will be out tomorrow. As of recording, it's Tuesday. My prediction short will be out Wednesday, and the finals start on Thursday. And if you guys like this video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe and leave a comment. This is only the second video I've done like this, so if you like it, let me know. If you didn't like it, also let me know.